Hello, Arpita. Welcome to the Perspective Room, the segment that I share on YouTube with everybody. And today, I just want to tell all the listeners that what I'll be talking with Arpita about is manifestation, how it adds to your emotional and mental well being. And to introduce Arpita to you, she is a tarot reader who I've known through Instagram, I suppose, right? Arpita, do you remember how we met? Can you share with people?
Through Instagram. Yes. I
We
saw
haven't
your
met.
profile. I don't, we haven't met physically ever.
Never na?
It's, no, we just had a mutual friend. My cousin is from your school, I think, or your
No,
college.
no,
College.
from work.
Oh, yeah, 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 work. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So that's it. We've never met.
So this is the first time that, in fact, no, this is the second time that I'm
Yeah,
talking to you on like a video call, like seeing your face.
yes.
I think before this, we have never like had like a good long conversation about anything, like any subject like that. Do you
It
remember?
was just the tarot session, and I think
Yeah.
that was it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think tarot is something that we have common between us. And I think entirely the outlook that we sort of have towards our own life and through the aspects of spirituality that we have picked up upon on the way being readers ourselves. And I think manifestation is like a great topic between you and I both, because right now our journeys are actually running parallelly, because I am also reading up a lot about manifestation, and so are you, which is amazing and interesting.
Yes.
So can you share a bit about what have you, like, maybe top 3 things that you've picked up upon manifestation so far?
So actually, let me just get the book. So I'm just reading this book. It's called The Secret Magic.
Yeah.
And like my mom was after my life, like read this book, read this book, read this book. And I was like, no, mom, like I can't do this. I can't do these rainbow unicorn things. Like I want things to be, like I want to work on them. I just don't want to be grateful for things. That's like, it does not work with for me like that. And she was like, no, they start changing once you are grateful about something. So try it. And I didn't. And just one day, I was really upset. And then I called my mom and I was like, I need you. And then she's like, just come over. Let me show you a video. And she showed me the movie called The Secret. And I think after that, my life has changed. And now I am following that so much that I am the one calling her and I'm being like, oh, this is what I learned today. So like it's how tables turn and how good this book is. Like it's called The Secret because not everyone knows about it, but and it's called magic because it's truly life-changing and it's magical. So I think in this video, I'm just going to talk related to this book and what I have learned about manifestation from this book because I have learned anything and everything I know about manifestation because of this book only.
Amazing. So that means that there are no like 3 things that you would have randomly picked from different places, but only from this book so far. Am I right?
See, I mean, yes, manifestation is a topic that we are hearing so many people talk about. So yes,
Yeah.
I've heard stuff like visualization, like gratitude, like meditation,
Ha.
but they were just words up till now
Ha.
for me. There's no solid grounding, like what is it? There's no scientific knowledge. But
Yeah.
now I'm slowly getting to know, okay, what's the science behind it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. So it's so funny, and I'm just going to share my story and my perspective that is just showing up for me in this moment right now. While we were figuring our getting on call together sort of thing out, the microphone, the speaker, or whatever, I had just finished writing an article on Substack called Pretty Little Secret. And
Wow.
I, by mistake, I wanted to share I wanted to type something on your chat, but instead I sent you the Substack link. I was so funny. And that is one, okay? Like, it's like the way that I see the magic in my life is not by probably reading one book in its entirety, but probably picking up signs and synchronicities from here and there. Like very random things that happen to me, very serendipitous things, like this one itself, right? Like I just out of nowhere sent you that link. Another thing is that I was watching Suhani Shah's, if you know Suhani Shah, the mentalist, the girl who reads people's mind, is like a magician.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was watching one of her videos like a really long time back, I think a year back, and she in one of her videos says that magic is the conflict. So if a magician tells you the reason behind what is the trick actually all about, or what is the secret behind the trick, the magic will not remain magic. So she says that magic is the conflict. Like if I resolve that conflict for you, that magic will not remain magic for you
Mm.
then. So, like, when I connect the two dots of me sharing the link with you as to Pretty Little Secret, I feel like secrets are really nice to have and really, really nice to keep. And in some way, the secret of our lives lies in the magic and the manifestation and in the conflicts that we experience in life. Rather than, in my perspective, again, that rather than, trying to solve a puzzle or trying to,
Mm.
put the pieces together, connecting the dots or whatever, is what I've
Mm.
recently learned. What is your perspective
Yeah.
on synchronicities like that?
See, one thing is what happened with us in the morning. So we had a call scheduled for 4 p.m. and you told me that someone you have to talk to someone else, and because of which the timing may go a little bit
Clash.
here and there. And I was like, and in my mind, I had planned everything according to 4 p.m. So when you told me that, okay, I'll try, maybe you'll shift to 4:15, I was like, fine, that's fine. And then you messaged me that, hey, she rescheduled and you wrote magic. And I was like, oh my God. So that was the synchronicity for me.
Ah.
Okay, she wrote magic and I am talking about it for the past 4, 5 days. This is all I'm doing. I'm just finding magic in my life and I'm creating it. You know, That's the word. I am creating it. So when I say I'm not saying when I say scientific, it does not mean that I need to know how it's happening. That's not my thing. Let the magic happen. But um, I am talking about what work I need to put in order for that magic to happen, in order for me to create that magic for myself.
Very, very interesting.
Yes, because that is highly important. And in this book, or what I've learned abhi tak is that the more you are a human is like a magnet, and only a human being can be that. Human being is like a magnet. Your thoughts create your reality. If I'm thinking negative, this will happen with me, that will happen with me, I'll get with an accident, my husband will be like that, I am going to literally attract those realities for me. My thinking will become that. But on the other hand, if I'm thinking, so similarly, if the other side of the magnet, right? If I'm thinking that, you know what, I'm going to create magic in my life. I am going to make sure everything falls in place for me. I'm going to make sure I achieve 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I achieve 1 million followers on Instagram. I will attract that because my thoughts similarly will create that reality for me. This is the work. And how do you do that? How do you attract the positives? Is by being grateful for what you have. If I'm complaining, I'm sending the vibrations of complaint, and the same complaints will happen. Even what I have will be gone. And on the same hand, if I'm being grateful for what I have, I'll get more of it. There is a beautiful line in this that says, just listen to this one line carefully. Whoever has will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken away from him.
Wow. Goosebumps.
Yes, and it's just gratitude. So just place the gratitude word. Whoever has gratitude will be given more, and he or she will have an abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude, even what he or she has will be taken away from him or her. So that's it. Like, I was like, okay, I'm no more complaining about anything in my life. I am just doing gratitude, and I'm just attracting it.
Do you somewhere think, like, this is just a very like curious question that I have in this moment, that do
Hmm.
you think sometimes gratitude is like faked? Like a lot of times I
This
wonder
is what.
about it, right? I wonder about it कि जैसे मैं रोड पे चल रही हूँ, ठीक है, आजकल पता है मैं क्या करती हूँ, like if I'm walking on a road, I'm thinking like I'm that horseshoe, okay, and this is anyways a horse here, so I think of myself as like a horseshoe magnet. Like when I walk, I feel like I'm attracting all the people that I need to attract and the experiences that I need to attract in my life, in a way where it'll lead me to where I need to be when it comes to like my manifestations, my goals, my visions. So for me, it's literally like, when I think about gratitude, like say for example, मैं आज horseshoe magnet बन के road पे गई and I had certain amazing experiences. By the end of the day, it does not very naturally come to me that gratitude. I'll tell you why. Because somewhere I feel like, अरे मैंने ही तो ये सोचा था तभी तो ये हो रहा है, अगर मैं नहीं सोचती तो ये थोड़ी होता, तो क्या gratitude? Like, I created this, then why should I be grateful for what I created? Because if I wouldn't have, then I mean, like, do you get what I'm trying to say?
I
So
absolutely get
that's the
it.
perspective that I have, that
Hmm.
sometimes gratitude can also be very faked or very masked or very like done because मुझे पता है मैजिक बुक में ये लिखा है तो मैं ग्रेटफुल होंगी, अगर मैं नहीं हुई तो ओ शिट, यू नो
Hmm.
नहीं होंगी तो नहीं मिलेगा. What
Hmm.
is your perspective around that?
See, I agree with what you're saying, and that makes sense because I used to tell my mom the same thing that, hey, no, it's my own doing. I'll be grateful for what I'm doing. Okay, what I've learned now is fine. Be grateful for the things you're not doing. For example,
Okay.
I'm grateful for the sun that it came up today. You know, um, Basic, simple things that we start taking for granted. I am grateful for the air that's that's keeping me alive right now. We take it for granted. For our senses, that I am so grateful that I am able to see you right now. Not everyone is able to do that. I am so grateful I'm able to hear you right now. Again, not everyone is able to do that. I'm so grateful that I'm able to speak right now.
Yeah.
I am so grateful that I'm enjoying a cup of coffee right now and I'm able to taste that coffee. You remember when there was COVID and people had lost their sense of taste and smell?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
not take that for granted. And I know some people who still haven't gotten their taste and smell back. Um, Sometimes we just take these things for granted. And the point for telling these things is that, we are completely, constantly. I have seen people complaining. Small inconvenience complain. Small thing didn't happen their way. This the time from 1 minute went more, there's complaint. So when you are, my this book says fake it till you make it. Even if you have to fake gratitude, do it. Even if it feels like a chore, do it till it becomes a very natural state of living for you. Yes. And most importantly, so you'll see it gives examples of Mother Teresa, it gives example of Einstein, how these great people used to thank 100 people each day for what they have done and how they have contributed in their lives. So it's not it's not that everyone becomes that 1% rich people. Not everyone becomes that intelligent. Not everyone does great things in life. But the people who have done great things in life have practiced gratitude. And
Hmm.
that's how they have become great. So
Hmm.
there are assignments throughout this book, you know, like write 100 things that you're grateful for the people around you who have done some work. Like the Blinkit guy, the delivery guy who comes and gives me my stuff in 10 minutes. I'm so grateful for that guy. You know, I'm walking on this road, I'm going to the gym. I'm so grateful for the guy who made this road,
Hmm.
that I'm able to go to the gym. You know,
Hmm.
instead of thinking other things, you start looking at, okay, let me do this. And then you start seeing how magic starts happening in your life. It
Hmm.
definitely does. You know, I go to this movie theater so often. I started saying, you know, I've never ever thought about it at home, how so many waiters, they are so sweet and so nice that they come and
Hmm.
greet us, they keep our food and they're like, thank you, ma'am, enjoy. We're like, okay, thanks, and we're watching our movie. Now I make a point to look into that person's eyes, thank him for getting the food to my table, and he is so happy that someone's, you know, it makes his day, and it makes mine, because it just comes back to me. When I'm thankful, the universe gives me more stuff to be thankful about.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm sort of recalling this incident. I remember that I went out for like an event, and at that point of time, I was really struggling with like my tarot reading, getting clients, and this that. So I just one day went busking in Khan, and I met these people, like these three girls, who sort of just added to my life when it comes to mental health, mental well-being space, starting like podcasting and stuff like that. Became friends, create like a lot of confidence I got from them. And on one of the events that they were conducting for their organization, I went for that. And I think after the event, you know how people just get together and you like network and like you talk to new people. So like they told me like, oh, maybe after the event we are going out for like a coffee or whatever. And I was like, I so want to go because I think it'll be so nice to network, but I did not have the money to go. And I was like, shit, yeah, like paise hi nahi hai. You know that lack, the lack that you feel, but it's honestly you don't have it. So like, of course you're gonna feel that way, right? That emotion is gonna be there. But that day somehow I was like, it's okay, I'll go. It's like I'm here, I'll go. I will not order anything, but I will still sit there. You know, that will be me networking, and I don't even have to pay for it. Like the currency for me right now is time, and that is something that I can give, right? So let me just go. So I went, and trust me, everybody was ordering, and I said, no, I don't want anything. I'm fine. Because I know if I don't order anything, I wouldn't have to fetch the
Right.
bill. Um, 5 minutes later, I was looking at the menu and I was looking at the cup of coffee, like the coffee ka items. And then this lady, the waiter, she asked me, she's like, ma'am, would you like to have some coffee? And I was like, no, I'm good actually. You know what? Like, I don't want anything. She's like, oh, you should actually, try this one. It's very, very nice. So I was like, but it might not be vegan, right? Like I'm vegan and I want like almond milk and this and that. So that won't be available, right? She's like, no, but black coffee is there, right? And I was like, nahi, it's fine. I'll see. I'll think about it later. Like that, I said, okay. 10 minutes later, she comes up to me with a cup of coffee and she said, it's on house. It's on the house. And she wrote like a cute little message on it. And I was like, oh my god, like wow, like this is so
You attracted
magical.
that. I hope you know that.
Yeah, I do. But what I'm trying to say is that it it sort of showed up for me when you said that, like, fake it till you make it, like be grateful. But for me, in that moment, maybe I wasn't grateful that I did not have money, or I had money, or that I was able to make for that event. I, in my heart, saw the currency of time as everything that I'm grateful for. And then I just went for it. I was like, we'll see what happens, you know?
See, you were grateful for the time, and that black coffee got you that time. It got you extra time to be there.
Yeah.
So you attracted that.
Yeah.
You definitely attracted that. And I'll
Wow.
tell you something about money and how to see, yes, there are people who will say, but we have nothing to be grateful for. Um, Even if it's 2 rupees, you be grateful for that.
Yeah.
How to attract money is simple. When you are paying for something, you look at that money and you feel gratitude that I'm able to buy this cup of coffee for myself. I am so grateful. And you give it with that energy. When you get 2 rupees change for that, just look at that money and say, I am so grateful that I've received back the money. Because trust me, people don't receive money all the time. So many people are stressed because of their payments that are stuck. So
Yeah.
every time you get back that change, just be grateful for the money that you have received. And I got to know this 5 days back. And now every time, wherever I'm going, giving money, taking money, giving money, taking money, I'm just practicing this. And today, magic happened with me. Someone wanted to take a tarot session for half an hour. She paid me in advance for that half an hour. And now, I get online payments like on Paytm.
Yeah.
So I am looking at that screenshot. So I tell her that send me a screenshot once you have paid. Now she sent me a screenshot. I'm looking at that screenshot and I'm saying, thank you so much for this money that I have received in my bank account. I am so grateful for this amount that I have received. I took the session. That session lasted for more than an hour. Okay. Now I didn't want to interrupt the flow in between. So I didn't want to bring in that, oh, hey, listen, you have to pay me this much more. Right. The session ended. And I just thought in my mind that, it was for more than an hour. Um, and I have spent energy and time. I should receive more for this. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to send her a message at that time. I opened my phone and I see a screenshot she has sent for that half an hour money. She had sent without me even asking
Asking
for
for
it.
it.
It, see, I could have asked for it and gotten it, but receiving without asking for is magic.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't, it was within a minute the call ended and that happened.
Yeah.
So I looked at that again and I was like, I'm so grateful for this money that I have received. The universe is like, hey, you know what? Your frequency is amazing. The way you're receiving money is amazing, girl. I'll send you more. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm
Because you're then
here.
able to hold it with a lot of positivity. I think that's exactly what I was sort of. I was recording a small little reel today, like an Instagram reel of a tarot reading, because I realized when I was watching my content, I was seeing that, I'm a tarot reader. That's my source of income. Rest of whatever I'm doing is for service. Like it's an act of service. So my act of service thing is in place. Like I really care about people and I want to connect with more people, share their perspectives with other people, help people from a space of service. But what about service to myself, which happens with the source of money? And that money comes through to me through tarot readings. Now, I'm seeing on the first thing in my bio, I've written as tarot reader and then Sarthi. Now, I was like, then I should focus more on tarot, right? Like, I should post more tarot videos because then that will bring me more money. And then I will be able to put it in Sarthi even more. So I was recording a tarot reading today. And just before recording the tarot reading, like you said that, you fake it till you make it. Like, even if you don't really feel it, you just still say it. Because that way is, see, why do you not feel it in that moment? In my perspective, is because that's not how your brain is wired. So your
Absolutely.
brain is not wired like that. But then when you're consciously learning a new language or learning a new programming, you have to feed it again and again to your system, so that the old one gets sort of like distorted and then dissolved. So the new one is now becoming your new. It's like NLP, right? New neuro linguistic programming.
Absolutely, yes.
So I literally, before recording the session and while pulling the cards out, and I pulled my old deck, like the first deck that I ever bought, I pulled that out for the reading. It was literally like, may this reach as many people as possible. And like, I'm setting my intention in place before doing it, so that, it's all positive vibes, positive frequency, everything is getting, the old me would have never done this. I would have looked at myself and called myself crazy. What is she like talking to herself before shuffling her cards and doing recording like a reading? But it actually does help, because trust me, this reading I recorded in one shot. I did not even have to repeat the what do you call, the cuts. In one cut, 1 minute, 30 seconds exactly, I shot my entire reading. I did not even have to like usually 4-5 लगता है मुझे to get that smooth flow. So I एक बारी में I was like, wow, amazing. This is so cool, you know. So yeah, that it feels nice.
Yes, absolutely. And the game is about feeling nice. At the end of the day, we all just want to feel bliss, right? And I think one of the most important thing is to have a list of dreams, like goals. This is what I want. This is something I've learned recently. I was like, सब मोह माया है, मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए, मैं इन सब में नहीं मानती. No, even the very fact that I don't want anything is a desire. You need to have a list. I want to own a coffee shop. I want to own a coffee shop. It has to be on my list. I want to be the number one tarot reader. It has to be on my list. I want to add value to people's life. It has to be on my list. Till the time I don't have a list, how do I know what I'm working for and if magic has come true or not?
Yeah.
So I would, if there are listeners who are listening to this podcast, I would tell them that make a list of all the things that you want, first of all, and then you start your manifestation practice. And no one needs to read that. No one needs to know what your list of goals are, but you should know what they are. Whether it's relationship with someone, whether it's a healthy relationship with someone, whether it's money, a kind of income. I have never in my life thought I want a certain income, because I have, by the grace of God, been privileged like that. But no, I want to have a certain income because I want to fly business class. So I'm going to, write those things. So it's very important: money, career, where you see yourself, finance, relationship, health. How I want to have a certain physique. Till the time I don't write all of that, we don't know if it's going to come true or not. So yeah, we definitely need to have a list.
Another incident that's showing up for me when you're talking about lists is that so I have a I have a list, okay, of dreams. It's called my
Yes.
dream list, and it's like 100 dreams, okay, that I have. And I keep adding to it. I've left some space. I keep adding, okay. थोड़े time में जब मुझे कोई नई dream करती हूँ, then I add it to it. My dad literally saw that list, and he's like, when I was making it, I was sitting with him. He's like, that's exhausting. And I was like, what? It's like, yeah, I would be so stressed if I had so many dreams listed down, because I would be like, अरे मुझे ये सब करना है life में, right? So there's like some action that I'll have to take to make them come true. That is exhausting. That's stressful enough. I would never make that list. That's what he said. It's like, I'm not stressed. This is fun. Like, for me, making that list with an energy also of that fun and an energy of openness and curiosity for it to like unfold in a way that is magical. Like, you don't even know how it's gonna happen, but it happens. You just set an intention at some point of time, you forget about it. I've put that thing in the door. But for me, that intention with which that I'm creating a list like that is also very, very important, which is something that I'd like to add to your perspective. A question, although, that I have from you, considering you are reading the book and you are practicing it. The other day, I was going to buy some wedding jewelry for myself. I was going for some wedding, and I wanted to buy jewelry. I took a tuk tuk. Okay, घर के पास इलेक्ट्रिकल रिक्शास जो होते हैं, मैंने वो ले लिए. And usually whenever you sit on a tuk tuk, you will usually ask them for पैसा ना, कि भाई आपको कितना, भैया कितना लोगे आप, है ना. तो मैं उस दिन बैठी एंड मैंने बोला कि आप कितना लोगे. So now the difference between me and my mom is, my mom never asks, she just sits. I was like, what is this nonsense? Like, when you go there, what if he says 200 rupees, then what will you do? She's like, nahi nahi, अरे सब हो जाता है, right? That's such a beautiful attitude that she has, right? But that day when I sat on it, another beautiful attitude that I saw in that sort of a circumstance, situation, is that guy said, "आपको जितना देना है दे दो, ma'am." And to be honest, when I went and when I reached there at that shop, I was like, भैया आप चले जाओ, मैं आपको पैसे दे देती हूँ. तो ही इज लाइक, आपको रुकना है क्या, आपको यहाँ से कहीं और जाना है क्या. मैंने कहा हाँ जाना तो है. तो ही इज लाइक, कोई नहीं, मैं यहाँ इंतजार कर रहा हूँ, आप आ जाना. मैंने कहा फिर आप कितना लोगे बताओ. तो कहते नहीं, आप जितना देना है आप दे देना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. लिटरली आई केम बैक एंड देन माई प्लान टू गो टू दैट डेस्टिनेशन, द अदर डेस्टिनेशन जो मेरे घर के और उसके बीच में थी, वहां जाने का कैंसिल हो गया. लाइक बिकॉज मेरे को जो चाहिए था मुझे वहीं से मिल गया. और फिर आई वाज लाइक, मैं सीधा घर ही वापस जाऊंगी, बीच में जो एक जगह मुझे रुकना था वहां नहीं रुकूंगी. तो आई स्ट्रेट ऑफ वेंट होम, ऑल्दो ही डिड वेट फॉर मी गुड 15-20 minutes, I guess. So ideally, any person, logical person who has to pay someone would pay somebody for their time, right? And for the kind of destinations that guy went to you with. Now he didn't travel this much amount of distance with me. So my idea was कि पहले मैं उसको अगर 200 देने वाली थी, तो अब मैं शायद से 150 दूंगी, क्योंकि बीच का मिसिंग हो गया है. बट पता नहीं मेरे अंदर से I was like, this guy is such a gem of a person that I paid him extra only. मतलब I was like, कोई नहीं. और पता है उस वक्त मेरे पास नहीं थे पैसे, बट मेरे अकाउंट में जितना भी लास्ट बचा था ना अमाउंट, वट एवर आई हैड लेफ्ट, आई गेव इट ऑल टू हिम. आई वॉज लाइक, यू कीप. Because I don't know, just a feeling of gratitude that I had for that gentleman, because I was like कि दे दो यार इन्हें तो सब कुछ. इतना साफ दिल का कौन होता है जो बोलता है हाथ जोड़ के, वो भी कि आपको जितना देना है आप दे दो मैडम, आप क्या. और ही वाज लाइक, आपसे तो मैं कुछ भी ले लूंगा. मैंने कहा मैं क्या कोई गॉडेस बैठी हूँ क्या यहाँ पे कि ऐसे मुझे बोल रहा है कि आपसे. मैंने कहा इसने मुझे देखा कब है ना, पहले मुझसे मिला है ना, कुछ हुआ है, ऐसे कैसे बोल सकता है, राइट? All those skeptical thoughts were running in my head. What do you have to say about such an incident? And the skepticism that usually goes on in people's head when they sort of experience something like this, or magic, be it gratitude, be it just good people around,
Yes, this is magic. Then again, this is magic. And I would say that that auto guy, that tuk-tuk guy had manifested this, or, he attracted this. Because you gave him more than the, asked price anyone else would ask for. So, because he was in a state of gratitude, he attracted that. His life became a magnet to that. And for you, that person became a magnet, because you are a person who is spiritually inclined, I would say. You are continuously working on yourself, right? So, these magic here and there happening with you is not something you should be shocked about. It's like so normal for, you, that all of this happens. So instead of having it coincidentally, when we consciously practice magic, we create this magic, into things that we want specifically. Like go through our list of dreams. Like a magic like this becomes like it's happening every day, 10, each of these small, small magics. But they are all leading to a bigger dream of mine that's in my list. So I would say that about this.
No, I have another question, like to ask you a little bit more on this only. Ki, you said that I shouldn't be shocked that it happens to me, but I'm saying that I am shocked. Like every time it happens, I get shocked. I can't help it. There's still a lot of like, अरे ये कैसे हो गया? Like अरे ये कैसे? मतलब वो, you know that when you see a magician, like I said, Suhani call, everybody when she actually reads somebody's mind, they're like, वो तेरी कैसे कर लिया ये, right? Like literally, how? So that
Yes.
is my reaction every single time, no matter how spiritually inclined I think I'll get. That amazement of a child being wondrous of the magic of the universe, I'm still like, how? But how? So what do you want to say about the skepticism? And number two is that, you know, that gentleman, the tuk tuk bhaiya, was like, आपको जितना देना है दे दो, you know, versus me writing on a check, which is something that I've heard of, that me writing on a check 1 crore, or like a stipulated amount that I'd want to earn. That is you putting things in paper, putting things on stone, whereas that guy was very open. He's like, jitna dena hai de do. So how would you sort of like, that's kind of contradictory, right? So what do you have to say about that? Number one,
So
skepticism and this contradiction.
for skepticism, I say you never ask how. You tell what you want and you're ready to receive it. You don't know how it's happening. That's universe's job. That universe is taking care about. No need to go there. You can't find the answers to these things. So don't even try.
Yeah.
Focus on what you want and focus on you getting it, not how it's happening. Okay, I hope that answers the first part.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. The second part. I would say that he should instead have a goal of how much he wants, so
Yeah.
that, he is able to make that amount and then he's able to achieve a dream of his. Or, this is the best part about Indians. We are always grateful for what we have. Especially such people, they're always thankful, they're always grateful, they're always saying, let us do the seva, you give us whatever you feel is comfortable. It's a very Indian thing because we are such devotees that we are like, she is a woman, she's a goddess. Whatever she gives me will bless me. So, ma'am, whatever you want to give with your heart, you give me that. That's a devotion.
Yeah.
I would say that feeling is devotion that he has, and devotion, bhakti yoga, it takes people to places because there's a sweetness every time. There's a sweetness of emotion in them every time. And that takes them to places. He may not have a list, but he has sweetness. So it gives him more and more and more.
Wow. I don't know, maybe somewhere from somehow he gets like an access to the secret ka some version so that he knows that, if he can keep maintaining. So my question to you was about a contradiction, but I think what I did pick up, the perspective that I did pick up from what you said was that there's no contradiction in a way. One is like an attitude with which you live, and another one is just a goal that probably you set, which is not set in stone, but you're still putting it on paper that this is my desire. So then there's one there is desire, and one the attitude that you hold to probably at some point of time have what you desire. So I think what he had was an attitude. I think the only one thing which he did not have was a desire. And I think for people who are very like devoted, very like seva oriented, for them somewhere they are told, or innately they don't have desires. Like they just don't have that. Like, I remember when I started doing tarot readings, I did not charge anybody, because I was a chef and that was my job. I was making money from it. And even when I was not making money from it, in the time periods where COVID happened or something happened, I would still not charge money with tarot. I would just do it for free. Then people started telling me externally, you know, you should charge, there's an energy exchange happens, this, that. So many fears I had to sort of like, you know, unlayer and like de-layer, and then reconstruct my mindset कि no, I should start. So I started taking donations. जितना
Hmm.
आपको देना है दे दो. And trust me, उस time पे भी I used to get like कभी कभी तो मुझे इतना amount मिल जाता था. I was be like, अरे इतना कैसे दे दिया इन्होंने, right? And then slowly is when I actually started putting like a price to it, because I was like, now to I'll take it up full time only, because I'm actually good with it, because I gained some confidence. So in my own journey, I feel like now would be a great time, or when I took it up full time, to probably set like a desire in place, because somewhere for me I'm still serving. Like for me, that seva bhavna is always going to be there.
Hmm.
But it's important to, with that seva bhavna, with the bhakti bhavna, to, as I said, be service to yourself also, be devoted to yourself also, and in that act of devotion have a desire, because ultimately you are a human being and you need certain amount of money, or abundance or joy or happiness or whatever it may be for you, to sort of live
Absolutely.
life. Allow yourself, basically allow.
Absolutely. Yes, there should be goals. There should be something worth fighting for, something worth living for, something worth making the effort for. And it's very important. Like, it shouldn't be something that's at the back seat. No. Let it be the very front of your car. Let it be the headlight. Let it, you know what I'm trying to say. Let it be something that does drive you.
Yeah.
Because then if you be like, oh, I have no desires, nothing, then you're just sitting there like a vegetable. Then you should not even have the desire to eat. Then there should be no desire to even go to the washroom. But we have come as human beings, and we want certain things. So have a list. Be grateful for what you have. Small things. Learn, read this book, and watch such podcasts, and just drive your life in that direction.
All the actions that you probably take post setting that desire also need to just add up to the actions that you need to take to get to it.
Yes.
Like all
And
the
universe also starts helping you.
Yeah.
There are techniques. There's gratitude, there's visualization, then there's receiving it. All these vision boards. They are, what are they? They are just a visual reminder of what you want, so that it's always there in front of you, so that I'm visualizing it. I'm reminding my eyes and telling my brain that this is what I want.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So now the universe starts sending me hints. You asked for this. Now I'm sending you a hint. For example, I want to lose weight. I tell myself I want to lose weight. I firmly believe that I'm going to lose weight. Now, suddenly, my body tells me that start swimming. I have never thought of swimming, but my body is telling me start swimming. And now I have gotten that hint, I've gotten that intuition, and a calling has come that you must start swimming. Okay. Now I have to act on that intuition. I should at least go buy myself a swimsuit. I should at least go and look around which club around my house is offering me. What's the fee? What are the timings when it's open? I set a goal. I had an intuition. Now, if I don't act on it, universe will be like, you know what? You don't seem serious about it. It doesn't look like you want it. Bye bye. I'll not give you any intuition. Stay fat.
Hmm.
But I wanted something. I had an intuition and I acted upon it. Then the
Hmm.
universe supports me. Then even at days when you feel like, no, I don't want to do it, the universe will make a scenario like that you'll end up in the pool and you'll be swimming, burning calories.
It's basically a combination of then something like bhakti yoga and then karma yoga, and it's all like into one. And where it comes from is gyan yoga. So it's very like what is all written in Gita or other scriptures, Bible. It's all a accumulation of all what's written in the religion. Only it's just a way that with which you interpret it all.
Everything is saying the same thing.
Yeah. Wow. Do you also want to share maybe some incident or some experience or some whatever shows up to you from the aspects of how this journey of magic or manifestation is sort of like adding to your well-being, to you feeling mentally and emotionally and physically great? Like swimming experience could be one, which is an amazing example, but more examples like that maybe when it comes to mind, emotions, and body.
Um, Definitely for body, I would say the same. For me, I have a certain figure in my head that I want for myself. So I think I'm looking at my workout in a very different way. Every time I go to the gym, I'm lifting weights. I'm so grateful that, you know, just keep in mind the gratitude everywhere. I'm grateful that my gym has these dumbbells that I'm able to lift. I'm so grateful for my muscles, for my body that I'm able to lift. It's not something to be taken granted for. I'm so grateful for my knees that I'm able to walk on a treadmill, to run on it, to walk for 1 hour, without feeling tired or without complaining. I'm so grateful for my body. I'm so grateful for my gym wear. Um, things change. I think relationships, for me, um, being grateful for whatever that person has done, even if in large that has nothing, that does not sync with me, but small things that that person has done, I'm so grateful for that one thing he has done, you know then abundance flows. Okay, slowly, that I'm yet to make that magic happen. Somewhere I have, but somewhere I need a bigger breakthrough, so I'll definitely tell you when that happens. And career wise, you know, emotions wise, for sure. I mean, you know, being a tarot reader, uh, I'm sensitive towards everything. Um, but sometimes I become too sensitive. And when I become too sensitive, I become too vulnerable. When I become too vulnerable, I become too weak. So when I am grateful, when I practice gratitude, I am like, if this is my bar, I'm not going down from this. It's either here or it's up from here. It's not down. Um, when I practice gratitude, I start becoming very aware that I know if I start feeling like this, I'll start spiraling. So, hey, stop. Stop now. Practice gratitude in this moment for whatever is around you. It's okay. It can be anything. Just this microphone that's, bringing my voice to you. In that moment, whenever you feel really low, especially emotionally, just pause and just be grateful for anything and everything that's around you. And say, why are you grateful for it? I'm grateful for this curtain because it's stopping the, light from coming in when I'm sleeping. Um, I am grateful for the people in my house right now who are not making extra noise when they know that I'm here taking a podcast, you know? So, um, just these things just change my emotions suddenly from being fearful. I become really relaxed and I'm like, hey, there's so much to be grateful for. I suddenly start feeling content. And now beautiful things just happen for me magically. I just attract abundance of this contentment. So yeah, so we have covered.
So I was when you were talking also about gratitude, I was just feeling सो नहीं जाते हैं. Like, you know, that sort of calming energy only through your voice or through just a smile on your face when you're saying that, you know, I'm grateful for all the people who are not making noise. Like, I'm so happy. It just adds to it. I don't know. I'm just sharing a perspective that I have with people that and you that have you seen like a consciousness like this triangle that people you must have seen in reels and everything, like there's like literally like a triangle, inverted triangle, which gives you like a number to the consciousness or your awareness. So as you go upwards towards the triangle, your consciousness and your awareness basically expands, and every time that it expands, it comes with a certain set emotion, expansion with a certain set emotion, which is as it expands off like a more positive degree. So at the very top of the triangle, you would see emotions like gratitude, peace, joy. My perspective on that is, honestly, the more that you go downwards and experience the niche wala ekdam अच्छे से ना, the more you will be able to be catapulted to the top, is my
Yes, yes.
perspective. What is your take on, because they say that even healers or even therapists, any sort of profession where empathy plays a huge role, the more that you have worked on yourself, the more that you have seen your depths, you'll be able to see the depths of another individual. So what do you feel about that emotional aspect of
So for this, I have
awareness?
recently learned that in in nature, in everything, there is duality. If there's sun, there's moon. If there's day, there's night. If there's joy and bliss, there is sadness and hatred. There's guilt, but there is also empathy, you know. So these two dualities are always there, whether you like it or not. If there's life, there is death. Um, you know, knowing that there are dualities is one thing. Where I want to be is completely different. Okay, I know it's there, but I choose not to be there. Right? I am aware it's there. And I am also aware that I felt it at some point very deeply. But right now, I choose to feel the opposite of it deeply. And the next moment, I want to choose again to feel that next very deeply. And moment by moment, I just create my reality, what I want to choose, how I want to feel. Because that's important. Yes, there is happiness. Yes, there's sadness. But if you have a choice, what would you be? The dualities are there. Whether you like it or not, whether we talk about it or not talk about it, it's there. What's important is what are you choosing to feel in a given moment.
Yeah.
And then there's always a other perspective that if you are sad, you can always be happy because there's an opposite of that. So if someone is hearing this podcast and is feeling, I'm really sad, I am depressed, I am feeling at the rock bottom, hey, this is a reminder that you can feel the heavens as well. You can feel Paramanand. You can feel joy and bliss too. So this is not it for you.
Yeah. Beautiful. That makes me so happy because on my own journey of mental health, emotional struggles, I have seen my own depths when it comes to that. But then there comes a point of time where, you know, familiarity. There's a song by Taylor Swift called Bejeweled. There's a line in that: familiarity breeds contempt. So after a certain point of time, when this feeling that you become familiar with, of say being depressed or being sad or being low, it sort of becomes a familiar place for you. And the more that you stay in that familiarity, it feels convenient. And today's world is the world of convenience. Everything gets delivered to your doorstep in 10 minutes. That's from a space of how can we make our lives as human beings and other people's more convenient. But actually, in this stance, when it comes to your emotions and your mental well being, yes, right, experience that emotion, but don't let it become the constant, because it's about coexistence, right? It's about dualities. It's about moving, as you said, from depression to happiness to joy. But if you keep staying in that familiar zone of depression all the time, it will start breeding contempt in your reality. And then moving to the other zone will almost feel impossible. But no, impossible, the word itself has I am possible in it. So it is possible. So you see the coexistence even in that one single word of English language. I am possible, impossible. How do you want to look at it? That's the perspective.
Yes, and as we spoke about, fake it till you make it. Again, point one, you fake it. You program yourself to feel that way. You just program yourself to feel that way and no longer that way.
Yeah.
So if someone is depressed, the practice would be write 10 things you are grateful for the times you have felt happiness. I'm grateful for my favorite ice cream that gave me happiness that I had. I'm grateful for, even if you're sitting on bed with a blanket and you're feeling, depressed and I just don't want to do anything, I just want to sleep. Just close your eyes and be grateful for that mattress that's holding you comfortably in that bed, that rajai that's giving you warmth, the clothes that you're wearing at that time.
Yeah.
So slowly you program yourself every time, and then universe is like, oh wow, she's feeling grateful even when she's going through that. Let me just change her situation. Let me just send a beautiful feeling her way, magical feeling, so that she just, gets up from bed and she's like, you know what, I'll take over the world, or I'll do whatever I need to do to get my dreams come true.
Yeah. And even for some people who would say that, because I've experienced it, that's why I'm saying it, that sometimes it's not easy being grateful also when you're under that blanket. And maybe in those times, it is time for you to experience the depression fully. To even in that state, maybe if gratitude is not coming up, it's okay. Maybe gratitude, which is the other end of the side of the spectrum, will only happen when you have felt that depression fully. So it's okay, lie in your bed, be in your bed until you stink like rotten tomatoes. It's okay. But one day will come when you will not be okay with rotten tomatoes, and that is also the day that you might realize that, okay, let me make a list of 10 things that I learned from my depression. And then maybe, if not gratitude to start with, but what did you learn? Or asking yourself, do you want to stay this way? And then the moment or a breakthrough will happen where you will be like, no, I want to change. I want in this constant a change to arrive.
But I completely agree with you. But at the same time, there is just a limited number of days that are on this planet. You are not an immortal being. If you are an immortal being, goals, desires didn't matter. But you have come with a numbered of days, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
So, do you want to spend those 5 days rotting on bed? Or would you want to spend those 5 days just doing something that adds to your goals, that adds to your dreams?
Yeah.
No matter how small it is.
Yeah.
No one's expecting you to go ahead and record a podcast when you're feeling really low and out.
Yeah.
No, but At least just go for a 10-minute walk and come back. Just have some fruits,
Hmm.
drink water, at least hydrate yourself.
Hmm.
You know, it could be as simple as that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you're mortal, days matter.
Yes. That's something really nice to listen to, probably for a person who is very, very determined in his emotional state of being to sort of just be that till rotten neck moment. And I honestly genuinely feel that the fact or the matter of fact that probably somebody out there who is severely depressed or severely feeling, mentally stuck in a particular situation, the fact that they're listening to something like this, itself is an eye opener that you don't want to stay like that. That's why somewhere you're still looking for like a ray of hope or something to click for you. That awareness in you is not sleeping, it's only expanding, and it'll expand furthermore. So that's, I think, again, something to be grateful about. Maybe right now you're not, but in my point of view, you could be, not you should be, but you could be.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that person can be grateful for their ears that they're able to hear our podcast.
Yeah.
If they're watching it, then grateful for their eyes that they're able to see us talking.
Yeah.
The fingers that's holding that phone, or a stand that's holding your phone or your iPad, you know.
Yeah.
So yes, and definitely that person is working towards their dreams if they are listening to a well-being related podcast.
Yeah, they're hopeful. And I'm really, really glad. And I'm really, really grateful to you for being a part of this conversation with me. And I think that this was meant to be, because I think the way that we connected, the way that our interaction went, the magic that unfolded in each of our respective reality says that this was meant to happen. I set an intention with a lot of gratitude that this reaches as many people as possible. I'll try my best to be the medium that I need to be or could be for people to listen to this alongside you. And thank you so much, Arpita, for being here and sharing all the insights that you have. They were really, really helpful for me, as well as I'm sure it will be for other people as well.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk about this practice, because it's also in my goals to get this light of gratitude to as many people as possible. So thank you for bringing in this idea of the podcast through which this could be the medium through which I could get to people. And thank you for, helping me connect the microphone. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for everything. And your smile is beautiful.
Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody who is listening to this. And we both are very, very grateful for you to tune into this. So see you
Absolutely. And
around.
we are grateful for YouTube for having our podcast uploaded on it. We are so grateful for the people who are watching this podcast. And we really, really hope that some ray of light comes in your life through this podcast.
Yes.
So grateful for my brain that, came up with these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so grateful for my vocal cords that I was able to talk about it. My phone, which is able to, record us, and my phone stand, my headphones. Thank you.
Water
Yeah,
that I was drinking throughout.
yes.
Amazing.
That's how you do it. Yes,
Amazing.
yes.
So thank you so much, guys. We'll see you around. Bye.